Hi, everybody.
Hi,
We're back.
we're back.
It's Monday. And I was just listening to our last vlog, and a question came into my mind like, well, what's the value of understanding who we really are? How does that show up in our life? Why are we talking about this? So I know that many of you have taken classes with us in the past. And one example of what we're talking about in terms of understanding who we really are and the value of that is when Connie would always say, if you want to know what to eat, listen to your body. You have the best physician right there with you. So,
Yeah, listening to your body. And a lot of times people would be kind of dumbfounded, wondering what on earth I was talking about. But all of us have access to this inner quiet, this inner wisdom. And as we access it more and more, we're living more from who we really are. So, what's the value of that? Well, for one thing, it can really support us knowing our innate health. For another thing, it can really begin to change what we access to determine what to eat for our health, for weight loss, for whatever purpose. It's like this guidance system that's always on. And the way we access it is just to quiet this chatty, chatty, chatty mind. And naturally, we are it. I mean, we were born as it, we live as it. It's always there guiding us every day, every moment of life. We're so blessed.
and so this guidance that Connie's talking about, who we really are, can guide us, and it can guide us when our minds are settled. And what I was looking at when I was thinking about who we really are as wisdom, what is it that's guiding us? How can we trust this inner guidance? And we can trust it because it's intelligent. We sometimes refer to it as wisdom. But I know I always loved going out into the forest. I love being out in nature because I see this reflection of intelligence, how everything works together in a balanced, harmonious way to produce this beauty, the beauty of a living forest or whatever. And the intelligence that's behind organizing and maintaining that living, changing organism, if you want to call a forest an organism, is the same intelligence that keeps organizing and keeping everything working in our bodies. There's intelligence there. But it's an intelligence that we have access to more like the intelligence of common sense than the intelligence of IQ or, a PhD from a university. This is the intelligence that we all have access to. And it was always funny when we would talk about this, listen to your body, there would always be somebody that would go, my body wants chocolate. And so is that our wisdom, or is this the chatty mind that Connie was talking about?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what I've loved so much? We did a lot of backpacking into the backcountry. And the silence in nature just really settled my chatty mind. And the more that settled, the more I would have more and more subtle seeing, more and more awareness of the oneness of the vast intelligence that runs everything. And that's really valuable. It's like we have this inner knowing, and we've used it many, many times in our lives. We just know to do something, we do it, perfect. It works out. Or like Bill's saying, we have this common sense. We have intuition. We are so amazing as human beings.
Yeah, and just to give a kind of a practical example of the distinction between knowing from this intelligence or wisdom from who we really are, or the chatty mind, I was thinking about, like, sometimes I'll be going through the checkout there'll be the chocolate bar right there, right? And I have two classic responses. One is like, whoa, that sure looks good, you know, and I just want to go for it. And the other is like, why would I eat that? And so if I reflect on that, I can see that when I have that response of, boy, that looks really good, I'm kind of a little stirred up. I'm kind of like feeling maybe a little tension. I'm seeing that, and it's like my mind is connecting to the fact that if I eat that chocolate, things will settle down.
Yeah, we believe that.
Yeah.
And if we do it again and again, then we create a habit.
Yeah.
And we think the habit's got us. And it never does.
And what's so interesting about that is that using food to help calm us down is actually our intelligence. Trying to bring us back to this, what do you want to call it, home base of quiet restedness, where we have access to who we really are and this wisdom or intelligence. But when we're relying on food as kind of a strategy to settle things down, it's kind of like treating a symptom instead of really getting to the cause, which is that chatty mind, which is believing our thoughts. And we'll go into more of that in future blogs. But
yeah, for sure. So this week, try this out. When you make food choices, like Bill was saying, notice where they're coming from. Just be really open. No right, wrong, good, bad, none of that. Just get curious about where am I choosing this from? Is it coming from my wisdom, for my own ultimate well-being? No, don't get any judgment in there. Or is it coming from this, that chatty thinking that just wants to settle into who we really are? And we have another dish. Now, what I love about this recipe, I fixed greens and veggies, and then I had leftovers. So I thought, I'm going to add some more veggies, some colorful veggies, and pumpkin seeds, and make dinner out of leftovers. And it's so good. So explore, give it a try if you wish. We're still so blessed to have so many produce coming from our gardens.
yeah, fresh local produce, nothing like it.
We love you. Bye-bye.